Hey, a lot of people always be asking me, is this suspects in FBGDuck murder case? Yes, it's suspects in FBG murder case. Only thing is, a lot of people got to understand this is real life. You know, if you don't really got like the smoking gun, you can get away with this shit. If it ain't really like no DNA evidence, witness testimony, line up, point outs and shit like that, if that's not involved, then more than likely you gonna get away with that case because young people don't really like telling on people. Nobody really do. Just think about it. Unless they finna move you out the community, give you a crib, give you a job, pay your rent 2 years straight to make sure you able to take care of it, then the motherfucker might go in the courtroom and say he did it. But if you ain't finna do that, ain't nobody really finna go in the courtroom and risk their life because once they tell on you, they gotta go back to that same house. They gotta go to that same Family Dollar, that same liquor store. Motherfucker gonna blick them up. And they understand that, so that's why people don't want to be involved in police shit. But I do think that, you know, it's a possibility that duck killers could get caught. It is suspects in this case, but it's no smoking gun. Like I said, it's no secret. The police has names, neighborhoods. They have a list of people who they believe did this. He was killed actually downtown in Chicago, broad daylight, which means someone really wanted him hurt. This is not no secret. This is not no mystery. When you go on the internet, you clearly can see what happened to this guy. You know, from his brother to some of his friends. I'm not going to name names because I don't know per se, but it's a lot of rumors that, you know, Duck died over the BDK-GDK war. We seen him in a big time beef with O-Block. We seen him in a big time beef with like Front Street, Lemron, Chief Keef, them, all kind of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really want to get caught up in that shit. And it's sad because in my opinion, Duck was a real street legend. He was a real street legend, if that's what you want to call it. He was really real. And I mean real on some street rap shit. Not just real in general, because to be honest with you, and I mean no disrespect with this, a lot of people think real is criminal activity, committing felonies. I don't believe that. I think he was real because there's things that he did the average rapper wouldn't do. In my opinion, Duck was the voice of the streets too. If you really want to be honest with that shit, that nigga didn't sell his soul, bro, for the fame. He never sold his soul for the fame. You didn't see him dripped out in all the $50,000 design and just selling himself out. I ain't saying he didn't wear that shit. I'm just saying he was him. He stayed true to him. Hell, he didn't even want to leave his homies because they wasn't rich. He didn't want to leave Iraq because those are his people. You know what I'm saying? He got killed in Chicago because he was still out here going to his son, buying his son some shit. Duck didn't sell his soul, man. He stayed true. He was real, one of the voices of the streets. He was competing with a lot of rich people, and he held his own. On some real shit, for the world to know Duck music, man, and be that Duck crazy, you got to understand he was him dependent. He wasn't signed to no big ass label. He had a little distribution deal for his song Slide with Sony, but besides that, he blew his damn self up. On some real shit, he was battling Chief Keef, who got rich and famous, Dirk, who got rich and famous, King Von, who got rich and famous, and everybody else who wanted to make those guys proud of them by dissing Duck. On some real shit. So, in my opinion, he was a real street legend. Said what happened to the brother. But I will tell you that it is suspects in this case. It's a lot of rumors going on. I even heard something about a videotape that they got some housing project in Chicago, who was running to a house around the time Duck ended up getting killed like minutes after, not minutes, but like 30, 40 minutes after Duck got killed. I'm hearing about some audio and the video of guys running. But, you know, a lot of this shit be rumors. We don't want to just always stick with this shit. You got to understand the internet love putting false shit out. So, it's sad, but yes, it is suspects in the FBGDuck case, and I do believe it's a possibility that this case could get solved, but it's just gonna take somebody who's strong, who want to come into violence and say, I'm willing to stand on the stand and point these guys out. And I don't know if that's gonna happen. R.I.P. Big Clout. It's the homie truth. Bleh.